Once upon a time, so lived a kind woman who longed for a child more than anything. She went to a fairy for help. Andy the fairy gave her a tiny barley corn. Plant this in a flower pot, the fairy sighed. Andy, you'll see what you'll see. The woman did as she was told. Andy soon, a beautiful flower, much like a tulip, bloomed. As she kissed its petals, the flower burst open. Andy inside sat a tiny, perfect little girl. She was no more bigger than the woman's thumb, so she was named Thumbelina. Thumbelina had a happy life. She slept in a polished walnut shell, used violet petals for a mattress, and a rose petal for a blanket. During the day, she would row a tulip petal across a plate of water, using two white horsehairs for oars. She had a sweet, gentle voice, and he would sing songs so beautiful it brought tears to everyone's eyes. But one night, as she slept, an ugly toad hopped in through an open window. She would make a perfect wife for my son. The toad croaked. Andy snatched Thumbelina, walnut shell, and all. The toad took her to a lily pad in the middle of a wide stream. Thumbelina woke up and cried when she saw where she was. The old toad's son was just as ugly, and he just croaked. Croak, croak, break cakes. The little fish swimming in the stream heard her sobs, and he felt sorry for her. They gathered around the lily pad stalk, and he nodded in too. The lily pad floated away down the stream, carrying Thumbelina far away from the toads. As she floated, a graceful white butterfly fluttered around her. Thumbelina tied her sash to the butterfly and the lily pad, and they sailed even faster. But soon, a big stag beetle flew by and seized her. He carried her up into a tree. The poor butterfly was left tied to the lily pad. The beetle thought she was very pretty, but when his friends came to visit, they all sighed, she only has two legs. How ugly! And she has no more antennae. Hearing this, the beetle decided she wasn't so pretty after all, and left her on a daisy to fend for herself. Thumbelina lived alone in the forest all summer and the autumn. She wove a bed from blades of grass and drank the dew from the leaves. But when winter came, the world turned cold and white. She was shivering and hungry. She stumbled upon the door of a kind field mouse, who took her in. You can stay with me all winter if you keep my house clean and tell me stories, the mouse sighed. The field mouse had a visitor, a rich mole who lived in a grand tunnel nearby. The mole was blind and he didn't like the sun or the flowers, but he was enchanted by Thumbelina's singing. He soon asked her to marry him. Thumbelina did not want to marry the mole and live underground forever, away from the warm sun and the beautiful flowers. While digging a tunnel between his house and the field mouse's, the mole had found a swallow that seemed to be frozen from the cold. Thumbelina felt terribly sad for the bird. Secretly, she wove a warm blanket from hay and brought the swallow bits of food and water. She cared for it all winter. When spring arrived, the swallow was strong enough to fly again. Come with me, the bird chirped. I can carry you away on my back. But Thumbelina didn't want to leave the kind field mouse. The day of her wedding to the mole arrived. Thumbelina stood outside to say one last goodbye to the sun. Just then, she heard a familiar tweet-tweet above her. It was the swallow she had saved. Winter is coming again, sighed the swallow. Come with me to the warm lands where the sun always shines and the flowers never fade. This time, Thumbelina agreed. She climbed onto the swallow's back, and they flew high over mountains and seas. They arrived in a land of endless summer. The swallow set her down on a large, beautiful white flower. Inside the flower was a tiny man, no more bigger than Thumbelina, with a golden crown and delicate wings. He was the prince of the flowers. He fell in love with Thumbelina at first sight, and he asked her to be his queen. Thumbelina sighed yes. From every flower, little men and women appeared to celebrate. The prince gave her a new name, Maya, and a pair of beautiful, transparent wings so she could fly from flower to flower with him. And so, Thumbelina, now Queen Maya, lived happily ever after among the flowers, under the warm sun she had always loved. Thanks for watching this magical tale. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.